I was so suspicious of Professor Lupin
Why?
watching the movie. Eat this chocolate and you'll feel better. Who produces the Dementors? You're saying Dementors have sex.
They could produce asexually. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban. We're reviewing
Number
it.
3.
Here we go.
Trigger warning, okay? You got to give people trigger warning.
Yeah, there's a trigger warning. I love Hermione, and this is most of my Twitter feed is Hermione and Harry, and they
Most
need
of
to
it.
date. Pretty much all of it.
All of it, yeah.
I was really sad that Harry didn't break his glasses so Hermione could fix them like the first 2 movies.
I mean, those glasses are going to be indestructible by the amount of time she fixes them.
I know. Okay, I still have this issue looking back on it. Magic is inconsistent. It's like sometimes you need words, sometimes you need wands, sometimes you don't need anything. It's like
What do you mean sometimes you don't need anything? You don't need a
like
wand?
the time whenever his aunt blew up into a balloon and floated away. Harry didn't say a word and he didn't use a wand. He just looked at her and then she poofed up and went away.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I don't know how that happened.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's just magic.
It's
man.
magic. They definitely need an approval system for who can and can't use magic or know about magic in the real world.
I mean, they do really.
Because why don't the Dudleys go expose?
Well, if they did, they'd just be like, "We're gonna kill you if you tell people about it," and they wouldn't because they're scared. And if they did, then they would just wipe their minds.
Okay, well, they rely too heavily on the "we can just wipe their minds" idea. Ronald is stupid and I hate him. I don't know what I was talking about, but that's true. I was so suspicious of Professor Lupin
Why?
watching the movie. He was way too helpful.
With,
He was just like,
Harry.
eat this chocolate and you'll feel better, And he was just casually waking up at the right time to help.
Yeah, but
he was too helpful.
He was also a werewolf, so he was just trying to,
Okay, and also another reason I couldn't tell what Sirius Black looked like from the posters, and I just saw he had a mustache, and I saw Lupin had a mustache. So I was like,
You
maybe,
thought he was
I was like,
Sirius
maybe
Black.
he's the bad guy, but I obviously realized quickly he wasn't. So obviously Hermione used the time turner to get to every class. The bit where it's Ron and Harry would be like, "Where's Hermione?" and then she'd show up, and they'd be like, "I've been here the whole time." That was the funniest thing ever.
Why?
I don't know. I
don't
loved
think
it.
it was that funny.
I thought it was great. Maybe it's my Hermione bias. Yeah, obviously I talk a lot about Hermione.
Buckbeak, cool.
Yep, Buckbeak, cool. That's what I put.
He's a big.
Yeah, Buckbeak's big.
Yeah, he's massive.
Why did they suddenly start wearing their uniforms improperly?
I don't. You notice so many weird details.
Well, I'm just saying, they were tie straight.
Okay, well, was it David Yates? He was tired of getting them to wear their robes.
Maybe, I don't know. Did you notice when Harry Potter used the invisibility cloak to go to town to hang out with his friends and stuff? He just stole Neville's lollipop for no reason.
I don't remember that.
It was so funny. Okay, this movie really cemented what I wanted the relationships to be going forward. The first 2 movies, there were some cute Harry and Hermione scenes, but this one I was like, all right, it's got to be Harry and Hermione together. And so when Ron got he got super flustered whenever Hermione said oh, can we move closer, and whenever she got scared and grabbed his arm and hand and stuff because of Buckbeak, he was reading so much into that, and I was like, he's got to get friend zoned. You got to break his heart. This guy's a jerk. You got to end up with Harry.
You just don't like him. What did he ever do that makes that you don't like him?
He's such a jerk to her all the time.
I mean, he's just flirting with her.
No, you don't flirt with people by making them cry. That's insane.
Some people do.
I'm a little mean whenever I flirt, I'll be honest. But it's a good ratio of sweet and bully. He's just straight up mean. And then
it worked, did it not?
I guess technically. Everything in between Draco calling Hermione a mudblood and then Harry taking off his cloak was it was so perfect. Draco was getting messed up.
The snowball part?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Draco was getting messed up and being scared. Freaking Hermione knew what was going on, and she called out Harry's name, and then Ron had no clue what was going on. It was perfect.
You want to know something that I'm surprised that you never realized?
What?
I'm pretty sure Crabbe and Goyle, his minions. They changed the actors for them and didn't say anything. I'm pretty sure. I'm about.
I did notice that.
Sure.
One of them did stay the same though. One of them came back for Deathly Hallows, but one of them was black in that one. I think it may have just been a different character, but.
Well, yeah, but I recognize that, and I'm surprised you didn't, because I
I
figured
did
you would just say
recognize
something,
it.
you just be like, what? Because that's
No,
what you always do.
that
That's
doesn't
what
matter.
you always do.
Oh yeah, just Hermione and Harry were like perfectly in sync, and no one else knew what was going on. Anyway,
Oh,
Lucius.
Yeah. And when Hermione was like, "You can come out now, Harry."
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started. Okay, Lucius getting Buckbeak sentenced to death was like a prime Hall of Hose moment. Like he's a prime Hall of Hose.
Okay, you haven't established what the Hall of Hose is yet.
Correct. I'll do a Hall of Hose video later. But basically, the Hall of Hose is like you're a total hoe if you get in it. Like you're a sellout. I hate you. Hermione punched Draco. That was lit. Okay, Hermione was strong enough to like be getting flared around by the tree, pick up Harry with one hand, like by the shirt, and fling him around, and then throw him into the tree's entrance. That made no sense. But I mean, it's kind of funny.
I have no clue what I don't even remember that.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, well, it happens.
I remember them getting grabbed by the tree, but I don't remember her picking him up.
She was like flying around, and then she grabbed him by the shirt, one armed, and like carried him around. It was so unrealistic, but it was funny. And then she literally fell for him. I love that scene.
I don't know. I haven't seen
it was cute. Just trust me.
Okay.
And then I thought it was funny they left Snape passed out on the ground after trying to save them, and then as soon as he catches back up, a werewolf like totally just like slaps him. I'm gonna try and encapsulate all of the Harry Hermione romance at like one time. The whole travel mission was like peak child romance. Like it doesn't get better for a 13-year-old. Like they're like holding hands, running away. They're like hugging after being scared, riding Buckbeak together to like go save Sirius Black. And then like they made secret jokes about it after, and Ron didn't get to know what was going on. Like that is peak romance for children, is it not? Like does it get better than that at that age?
Oh gosh.
I'm being serious.
I mean, I think that you were just reading too much into it.
I definitely was because I love Hermione.
But I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like they just like that, like a whole adventure together. That's crazy.
That would be very 13-year-old romance.
Exactly. So. Thank you.
I don't think that it meant to be like that, though.
And apparently not. But the movies freaking depict them getting together so hardcore. And then freaking Ron opened Harry Potter's new broomstick, which is so
really?
lame. What?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was like kind of already opened, though, wasn't it? Or no, wait.
No, he said, well, it was kind of opened already. He was just making an excuse. He just opened his present.
That's an L friend.
It is. Ronald sucks.
Yeah.
Also, like, the brooms are so lame. They all go the exact same speed. And then I don't understand how they let Peter Pettigrew get away so easily.
I mean, he's a rat. What is he going to do? He's literally a rat.
Well, they could have just been, like, stupefy, and then he's frozen, you know?
Yeah.
Before he
They were arguing.
went back
In the
to
heat
a
of the
rat.
moment, they didn't really...
Okay, here are my questions after the movie. Why does Harry keep living with the Dursley family? Dursley, Dudleys, whatever. Like, just stay in Wizardland.
He can't. You can't stay. No one's there at the school.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to stay at Hogwarts. Just stay somewhere.
With, like, Ron?
Ron, Dumbledore, Hermione, I don't care. But anyone but the...
Wait, do you think that Dumbledore lives in the Hogwarts?
He obviously has a real house.
You think? But they never say that or show
Well,
it.
his brother has a real house, so I'd assume.
Or do you think he just has no life and stays
Maybe
at
he has
school?
no life. I don't know. Because whenever we're getting into future movies, but whenever the teacher that does deviation gets like kicked out, she was like, I've lived here for 13 years. You know, maybe they do live there over the summer. That's not the point.
Teachers getting lit over the summer then.
I know, right? They're probably throwing parties.
Yeah.
I have no clue what knocked over Potter whenever like he pulled his wand on Sirius Black when Sirius Black was a dog in the beginning. Something knocked him over, and it never explains like what happened. Okay, how the heck did Sirius Black escape Azkaban?
They don't really. Like,
They don't explain it.
Well,
They're just like, oh, he escaped.
later
And
on
I'm
when
like, okay.
people escape, like it's a lightning strike or something, you know.
Yeah.
But I have no clue how he got out. And
Yeah.
They never. They probably said something in the book, but not in the movie.
I don't know. It just didn't make
It's
sense.
been a long time.
This is funny. What is Hagrid? Bro is a giant. He's a half giant.
Yeah.
I figured it out. Okay, if the Dementors are out at Hogwarts, then like Azkaban would be so easy to escape compared to normal.
Well, they have.
Do they just have infinite
I
Dementors?
would think so. Or I mean,
Who produces the Dementors?
I don't know. I don't think you could. I think the Dementors are animals. They produce with each other. I would assume. I mean,
So
I don't know.
You're saying Dementors have sex?
Maybe. I don't know. They could produce asexually.
Okay.
You never know.
Did Snape give the werewolf assignment because like he knew Lupin was one? I just assumed. And then how would he know that? I guess context clues.
They were both in the order.
Yeah. And then I think Snape gave the assignment specifically so Hermione would figure out that he was a werewolf.
I don't think maybe, but also
why else would he start talking about it?
I mean,
it's so one of the kids figure out, and if it's gonna be anyone, it's Hermione because she's so smart.
But why would he want people to figure out?
Her.
Like, why would he care if people figure that out?
I don't know, because it became important later, I guess. Why did Peter Pettigrew look like a rat even whenever he was a human?
I mean, it fit, did it not?
I mean, it does fit, but still.
That's how I imagine him to look, like perfectly, like with the nasty teeth and a big old wart on his face.
True. I didn't understand how Black got framed. Like I know like the finger got chopped off or whatever, but like still I don't understand how that like points it to be Sirius Black and not someone else that knew. Unless only 2 people knew, then that kind of makes sense. Okay, I was so sus of Dumbledore after this movie, and I don't know why. He just knew too much. Like
about what?
Everything. Like he had powers that seemed unnatural.
Oh, like he knew that they time traveled and all that stuff.
Yeah. So in like Doctor Strange, like the bald-headed lady, like she uses good magic and dark magic. I feel like that was like what Dumbledore was doing. I know better.
I mean,
now,
he
but
probably
still.
did a little
low
bit.
key.
Like
yeah.
he probably had to.
Okay, I don't know this for sure because it never like explains what happened to Dumbledore. We'll get into that later. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, and now looking back on it, the one thing I'd like to add, what happened to the house games where they like give away points and stuff?
I mean, I think it's still there.
It's just it doesn't matter anymore.
I mean,
it only mattered in the first
honestly,
movie?
you probably wouldn't really care about it as much as you got older. Well, like the kids too. Like I'm sure they wouldn't care that much.
True.
They'd be like, "Wow."
I bet like a 8th year wouldn't care the same way first year.
It's only 7 years.
Okay, whatever. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with you.